another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am going to be one of your looking away from the gallery so I can get the intro done. One of your lovely co-hosts. I've got the giggles now. Co-host for today's FPS. Spec. I will be playing the lovely idiot detective, Tome! And joining me is my wonderful, lovely, beloved, creative. I have been meaning to have an FPS with you for so long.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I hug you, because, yes, same. You amazing individual. I blow you kisses. You're so good. I hold your face. Hello, I'm Katie, and I am playing my wonderful idiot, Lore. He has no title.
Don't worry.
He is pure idiot.
It took Tome a bit. It took Tome a bit to get one, and then I eventually was just like, oh god, this is an idiot detective. Oh, I know exactly what to call this. Literally will refuse to go by a detective.
Anyway, do you want to paint scene?
Yeah. God, I probably should have prepped a lot more for this.
Oh, I can paint scene if you need. I don't know where cinnamon rolls are, though.
Cinnamon rolls or Painted Lady. That is a go-to thing. Because Tome has a favorite. He has the Painted Lady, and it totally isn't because he associates the Painted Lady with a certain little detective.
Yeah, no, I look away, neither does Lore. Also, I look at the gallery, we can't mention Camille, correct?
Okay,
we can for this.
We'll
okay,
say
cool.
For this one, you can mention Camille.
In fluffy ways, gotcha.
Yeah, Tome may act a little off about it because of where this takes place. I'm pretty sure in the timeline, it's probably post Moria FPS, but yeah, Tome. Yeah. I'm pretty good at keeping Tome fluff when it comes to Camille. I'm pretty good at that.
I look away from Lore. I'm going to try to rein him in. He's been going through some shit.
Yeah, I look at the angst warning we have on this FPS.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna try to keep it fluffy. Look, if I can keep an FPS with Juby fluffy, hopefully I can do this.
That wasn't a okay, yes, painting the scene. Wow, the two of us are very easily distracted. This is a dangerous combination. I can form words again.
Wow, congratulations, I can't. Anyway, there's a shop.
There's a shop. You're good at each.
Dad's telling us what to do again.
I'm gonna squeak. You've made me start squeaking.
Oh gosh, I thought that was supposed to be mean to me. Shit, I'm sorry. Damn it. Anyway, here, how about I go? There is a wonderful shop called the Painted Lady. Tome, I don't know what you're doing in there. Probably has to do with cinnamon rolls, but I shove you in there. Go.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. We're good. I'm still here. I'm still not dying. God. Okay. Tome. Okay. I'm ready. As a lot of people who have listened to a Tome thing before, they know Tome has an association with cinnamon rolls. How did this start? I don't even know at this point. But here we stand with the I'm looking away from the gallery. The consequences of the actions. However, you know, when you go through cinnamon rolls very often, you got to go and replenish them. Which is why he finds himself once again at the Painted Lady, because he is once again going to order an entire thing of cinnamon rolls just to keep on him until he runs out again. Because he's kind of run out of, he kind of dropped in amount significant recently, because he gave some to a certain two people, and then he gave some to a certain detective to give to the same two people. He's personally feeding an addiction.
He's just a cinnamon roll dealer.
Yeah.
The Painted Lady is his supplier.
I give up. So Tome finds himself once again having a tunishly large order of cinnamon rolls. How does he pay for this? This is his entire allowance. This is what he does. He doesn't like need any money for anything else. New clothes, no. All his spending money goes for cinnamon roll. This is a very healthy addiction,
This
obviously.
is the superpower of being a toon. You can live off of cinnamon rolls and nothing else.
His draft point card literally has the GP listed as money for cinnamon rolls. The man does not handle his money well. It all is going towards these cinnamon rolls. Anyways,
he's supporting a local business. He's fine.
Yeah. This is Tome supporting the economy. Don't you know? Tome supports small businesses.
He's a dad. He cares about the economy.
Tome voice, how dare you assume I'm a dad?
Okay, shoot.
Okay, yes.
Roll perception, perhaps?
Yeah.
I can do the same.
Oh my god! I just realized this is his... Okay, sorry. I got really excited for about 5 seconds there because you said roll perception, and I went, oh my god, I need to get him a decent perception. And then I remembered, this is going to be the FPS that gets him enough draft points to get a good... Oh! That's 20!
I got a 16. But kind of at the same time, you're kind of waiting at the counter. And you know how a lot of cafes will have that display case of pastries and whatnot?
Yee!
Yeah, so you see, you turn to see this kid who had been kind of crouched down looking at the cinnamon rolls stand up and then seem to notice you in his peripheral, turn, and very happily look up at you.
There's a single drop of sweat as in, oh god, what's with this one? Oh, what am I forgetting? I haven't met this one, right?
Yeah, Laura's just like, you're so tall.
You see, like, this red, like, Tome's face get flustered. Like, he knows he's tall. You can tell he's trying to process what's going on here.
You notice that this kid is also very tall, and so he probably doesn't run into people who are taller than him very often.
Yes, I guess I am tall. He's just so awkward, oh my god.
Yeah, this kid is wearing, he is wearing sunglasses, so you can't see the color of his eyes, but you swear they go shiny underneath them, and he just is like, oh, sorry, and he sticks out his hand, he's like, my name is Lore McQuire Parif, but you can call me Lore. Nice to meet you.
Private Investigator Grim Tome, so you could just call me Tome. And he extends a hand out to shake.
They shake hands. They are friends now. Okay, we're done.
FPS over, everyone pack up.
Yeah, under an hour, we got it. Dad'll be so proud. Okay.
Man, I love how we were like, I wonder if we can keep this high shenanigans. Oh, this is gonna be...
Yeah, we'll be fine.
All the shenanigans.
Okay.
Okay.
You just very happily, like, closed eyes smile, just shaking your hand. And then let's go. And he's like, I
want you to know, during
here.
the handshake, during the handshake, Tome's arm was, like, flopping around tunishly because rule of funny.
Lord makes like kind of a, you know, the confused but like laughing face.
Tome's face is just flustered, like, ah, yes, rule of funny.
Laura's just like, yeah, I'm still getting used to that. I've only been in Ninquil for a little while.
Oh, so I'm guessing, and he can tell you're real kind.
Yeah, it's obvious, totally, especially with the 24.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're from, well, then if you...
From where?
So, okay, makes sense, real kind, from outside Ninquil.
Yeah. Lord, let's go, because he has remembered too. And he's just like, yeah, I'm from outside of Ninquil. I keep meeting detectives in the Painted Lady, though. I guess you guys really like this spot.
That does get a laugh out of Tome. He was like, I only know one other detective who comes here, but I will admit there are a lot of detectives here, so makes sense that any with good taste would find themselves here.
Mm-hmm. It's really good here. Lore looks around looking for Leo, and it's just like, Leo's hopefully in the back, and he's like, just breathes a sigh of relief because of baristaphobia.
Tome notices just one eyebrow raised, but does not comment on it. See, Tome knows Leo, but he knows Leo as the person who was like, "Don't let the kid have coffee."
Lore is the person who gave the kid coffee. He will not say this. Apparently, it gets bad reactions.
Tome's one of the no coffee people. Don't.
I don't know anybody else who gives Camille coffee.
No, Timmy did not. We're sidetracking.
Okay, yeah. There's two tall boys walking into a coffee shop.
What crimes will they commit? What crimes will they commit?
What crimes will they commit? Cinnamon rolls.
Almost snorted up my root beer.
Oh it's gosh, fine. I pat you.
Fine.
Yeah, Lord goes over to and also orders like he orders like 2 cinnamon rolls, like the big ones, and just looks at Tome and he's like, I think you ordered some too, right?
Tome kind of rubs back in the neck and goes, yeah, I don't remember. I think I ordered 2 dozen this time, and then of course my usual coffee.
Laura's eyes sparkle, like not actual sparkle, but they go a little shiny again.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot. I like to stock up, you know.
Laura just looks like he looks so excited.
He taps the top part of his coat, that where the yellow edge, and he's like, I can keep them in my hammer space and they stay warm, so a good snack for on the road.
That's amazing. I didn't know hammer spaces could do that.
He kind of pauses. I don't actually know if all hammer spaces can do that, and it doesn't always work with other things, but always with a cinnamon roll, so I'm guessing it's some kind of toon logic.
Oh, well...
Even I don't try to understand it all the time.
Well, maybe the plot's on your side for that one.
Tome gives a snort and goes, I don't think the plot's ever going to be on my side.
Lore kind of... I'm still going off your 24. He sighs and laughs, but in a very tired way. Like, he's like, same. He doesn't say that, but...
both of them? The plot. Oh, God.
Fuck the plot. Lord just kind of has his hands in his backpack straps and taps on them and kind of rocks back and forth on his feet, and he's like, do you want to sit and wait for some cinnamon rolls together?
Well, sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while for my order anyways, and seem nice.
Thank you. You seem nice too.
He gives like a polite little nod before it gets a little flustered at the compliment, because God bless Tome, he is processing compliments still.
Oh gosh, Lord tilts his head and looks concerned and goes like he's gonna say something, but closes his mouth because he's learning not to do this.
He's learning. So... I'm so sorry, Lord. I'm so sorry. I'm going to wave that in front of you so often this FPS.
Yeah,
ask anybody who's been in one with Tome.
Laura's trying. He's part of his issue has been cultural shock.
Yeah, Tome, in his defense, don't worry. Tome is not the norm. I hope.
Say that, but
Billstown should not be counted due to the high amount of plot-relevant characters located there.
I look at most of the FPSs Lore has been in. It's mainly Billstown.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something... Tome has literally said that in an FPS. There's something about Billstown.
Mm.
He's from Toontown, and even he hasn't had this level of craziness. And Toontown is Toontown.
Anyway, Lore goes and sits down in a booth.
Tone goes. I love how the mental visual for the painted lady changes every time I talk about it.
Yes. I mean, toon logic. It's fine.
Toon logic. The budget keeps changing, and they have to keep renting new sets.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we have more budget this time and less budget this. It's fine. It was black and white that one time. We said the walls were gray, but it was really just pink paint.
What's that? What's that? The Addams Family?
Yes. I look away. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm dying. Thank
They
you.
also did that on the set of The Munsters.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool. Nice. Fun. I'm totally not losing it right now. I'm so sorry to all listeners who ever have to deal with whatever is my chaotic energy.
Hey, I look at anybody listening right now. This was your choice to be here.
Hey, don't be like, no, don't be nice to the listeners.
I am being nice. Okay, I love you all, but you still have free agency.
I want kids again.
It's why Dad left.
Okay.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Concerning joke out of context. That is the most concerning joke to anybody who's not listening live right now.
Fletch is our father. That's all we'll say. Okay, moving on.
Moving. Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway, there's a booth with 2 tall boys in it.
There's a booth with the 2 tall boys in it. Oh, by the way, I always like to imagine the booths that Tone sits in are comedically just small enough that he has his knees tilted above him, because I think it's the funniest idea of like this grown tall toon having to sit with like his knees crunched up a little every time he sits down.
No.
I don't know why. It's just such a simple visual, but it brings me all the joy.
I'm laughing because if it's like that for Tome, it's like that for Lore.
I will say Tome is still taller than Lore
by 6 inches.
Like leg-wise. Yeah, but his, like the 1 second.
Oh right, his legs are like super freaking long.
It's the legs that you see. Lore has like an even disproportion. Tome is like 90% legs, and then
all legs. Look at them legs; they go all the way up.
These legs were made for walking.
Shit.
You say that gallery says that, but I have anti-drawn Tome without his coat, and it literally just looks like legs.
This is just us talking about shit. Anyway, back to RP.
Yeah, back to the FPS. Everybody, make sure you try to keep this FPS at a reasonable time, and don't go feral with shenanigans. What happened actually is we went feral with getting off topic. That was the true enemy all along.
The true enemy was ourselves.
Anyways, yes. So they sit down and Tome. Someone talk to me, buddy. What you doing here?
Lore looks awkward, but he wants to make friends.
Tome probably gets his coffee really quick, so he just kind of he starts doing like the little thing where you cup the drink with 2 hands and like taking little sips, because coffee. You could tell he drinks a lot of coffee.
Lore's sitting on his hands because he didn't get a drink.
There's a pause, and Tome looks and he goes, "Would you like a drink?"
No,
I can order you.
But Lore's just like, that's nice, but you just met me. Are you sure?
I mean, it won't hurt, and I'm not gonna just drink coffee. No, yeah, let me. What do you want? I'll order it.
Chicory. They have chicory tea. I would like that.
All right, cool. And Tome kind of Tome gets a nod, and he stands up and he walks over and he orders the chicory tea, and then he comes and sits back down.
Lore's just staring at the table like he's not embarrassed. It's fine. Lore takes the drink and says thank you and smiles.
Like I said, Tome's not going to say it's because he's bad at conversation and this gives them both something to do. Tome's not going to say that out loud, but...
You know how you usually have to wait for your drink to cool down before you drink it?
Oh my gosh, Lore.
Lore can just drink it. She just starts drinking it, like, not even sipping.
Tome just blinks a few times.
Lord just looks at him like, "You okay? Is your coffee all
Yes,
right?"
yes. Yeah, no, something in the eye. Don't worry about it.
Lord just tilts his head and looks confused and says, "Are you sure you're all right?"
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Beloved, I love Lore so much.
He's
I'm
just
so
like,
sorry, Lore. You got stuck with the most awkward disaster this side of Inkwell.
I look at Minami, "Are you sure?"
There's a reason we say that they could be related.
Mhm.
There's a reason that gag started running.
Lord just smiles and he's like, "You make me think of my sister."
You have bullshit. Here we go.
Mhm.
You have
Fletch, I hate you.
I looked at calories.
We made a mistake. This is what the coat hides. The arms are fake. It's just the coat. For anybody listening, Fletch drew a cursed form of
I'm actually lightheaded. I'm actually lightheaded. Holy shit, I'm actually lightheaded. Holy shit.
Breathe. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I hold your face. It's okay. I can't believe Dad did this to us.
Oh my god. Okay, actually give me like 5 seconds to gather myself. That actually made me laugh so hard I got lightheaded.
Oh gosh. Do you need water?
Oh, I got root.
The root beer is not water.
I got root. I don't drink water during FPSs. I'm not that smart.
I'm gonna ignore that. Moving on.
For the longest time, I didn't even drink anything or eat anything. I just went hours and was like, "This is fine." Okay.
Don't say that on recording. People are gonna find you.
I say it on recording because all of them know I'm disasters. I'm bitter now. Don't worry.
I have the opposite problem of when during an FPS I drink too much water.
Oof.
Yeah, it's fine. Moving on. Anyway,
Fine.
You remind me of my sister.
You, any kind of Zenzek, you have a sister.
Oh yeah, he stops and blushes. I got found familied.
Well, that was awfully quick.
And
you said just, so.
Well, it's been a few weeks, but they're really nice. I love them a lot. He looks so soft.
Tome has the softest smile, and he's like, "Well, that's good at least." I mean,
yeah.
There's like this awkward side. He's like, sometimes found family can't happen quick. It's Inkwell.
Yeah, I'm learning that. They're also a detective, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they here in Villestown?
Yeah, I think so. I don't, he looks embarrassed and he's like, "Yeah."
What is their name? Maybe I've met them. I've been meeting a few detectives recently, and he kind of starts counting his fingers like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm up to 4 now.
Meaning me, Shannon?
There is a spit take on the coffee!
Lord dodges. He looks at you panicked like, "You okay, sir?"
I know. Yeah, yes. No, I didn't realize that she had a brother.
Well, I mean, I said it was just a few weeks. Maybe she met you before she met me.
See, here's KT where we have to discuss the timeline, because technically they met. Tome and Minami, I cannot say words right now, met. Minami. Oh my god, wait, has it been weeks since that FPS? Hold up.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I'm a player! Didn't realize this.
I mean, I can look where you posted the FPS if you want, of when it was posted.
I have to record. Holy shit, it's been almost a month.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Holy shit. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
In real time processing.
Has had no concept of time here.
I mean, I handshake you. The only reason I know is because I was looking at things last night.
Okay, yeah. Wow, shit. Okay, Tome goes when he goes, "Yeah, I actually met her almost a month ago, at the library.
Uh, which
Wait,
which library? He like looks at you like he's heard this before.
um, there is. It's just one of the local ones. I
Did
don't
it
think we actually checked the name.
did it look gothic and was there a tall librarian at the counter?
I, the player, will tell you we did not really discuss anything about this library
Well,
other than
if
this
you want to
thing.
get caught up in my stupid shenanigans, you can say yes, but you don't have to.
I will so say, I'm so sorry, Comment. I'm doing this to you.
Hmm.
Uh, yes, I believe so.
Oh, gothic looking library, kind of over the top.
I believe so. It's been a while. I probably
Uh,
should go back.
mm, well, he kind of laughs. That's very mean of me.
There's a snort and he goes, I'm starting to think that may be a future plot relevant place then.
Oh
He
gosh.
said it jokingly, but you can go and see in the way he also is joking, like, please don't come over. Please, we don't need more of those. We need non-plot relevant
Mm.
places.
Just so you know, the librarian is 7'5" and looks like a highlighter. I laugh. Don't worry about it. I'll share you
Finally,
things.
people taller than Tome. I say with other people being taller than Tome.
Hmm.
Looks at looks at people Tome's met and had FPSs with. Anyways, um he gives a, oh, Tom's jealous. Look at that. I just realized what he's being.
He's jealous about.
Don't even realize you're in that.
He's jealous that about what?
Found family. Oh my god. I've been trying to figure out. I'm like, Tom's acting really awkward this time. I just realized this because you mentioned it. Ha. Ha ha.
I look at the fact that you said it was going to be a while until he admitted he was a dad, and then I'm like, well, Lore sends to.
See, here's the thing: is Tome's not going to admit it. Tome has no idea what he's feeling. I, the player, know what he's feeling. Tome has no idea. Tome thinks this is just normal, casual detective things that detectives do, because poor Tome doesn't even realize he's been found family.
I introduce you an idiot himbo who usually assumes that you're friends/family after the first meeting. Anyway.
Anyways, well, I'm glad that that you became her brother.
Yeah, I
She
have an older sister now. I've never had one before. I'm the oldest from the town I come from.
takes Tome a moment to process that. Because his brain instantly goes to, you're the oldest person there, and not that you're just the oldest sibling.
Oh no, he's the oldest child in his entire town.
Yeah, see, Tome didn't process that. Tome processed you were the oldest human, the oldest real kind there. Everyone else in the entire town, adults included, are young.
Yes, he's had so much responsibility.
Oh my god.
Lord just kind of tilts his head and he's like, "Are you okay, sir? Are you sure you're all right?"
Yeah, no. I didn't expect her to get found family so quickly. I'm glad she did. She deserved it. She needed it. Just surprised me.
Yeah, I think I needed it too. And he just smiles softly. He's like, I've missed my other siblings and my parents, so.
His gaze softens a lot and he goes, well, I will admit that is one of the better parts of the Nightfall is the ability to bring people together.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that.
You want to make an insight?
Yes, I would love to.
Shit,
I love rolling, so. No.
I literally just did it! Oh my god! I didn't even realize I'd do it, but I actually had the whole pause and everything. Shit.
Did what?
Noodle was talking earlier in one of the things about anytime somebody is about to do a lore, like lore as in lowercase l thing, they'll pause and then go, "Would you like to make an insight?" And I was like, "People, we don't do that." I literally
everybody does that to some extent because you realize that there's lore about to happen.
I did.
Also, I hand you a 4.
Tome is gonna. Even if Tome like like gets a nat 1, he's already twice that. He has a +7 to deception.
Oh gosh. Okay.
He's a disgusting little detective.
It's okay. I can beat you in an arm wrestle.
Probably. His strength is only a 15.
Mine is a 20.
Yeah, no,
I can toss you like Camille.
Okay, Tome's known for being literally light. That would actually happen.
Yep. I have done the math, and I have said this multiple times, but I've never played a fighter before. Lore can lift 300 pounds without taking exhaustion like it's nothing.
Oh, beautiful.
And then
Get
it's
help.
twice that
Anyway,
for pushing and pulling.
to get help gag one day.
Let me throw all of the detectives. Anyway, I look at you.
Yes.
I got a 4.
Yep. Nope. You can't get nothing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing. Everything Tome said is everything Tome felt.
Wonderful. Lore is just smiling.
They're just batting his eyes. Tome is taking a real long sip of his coffee.
Oh gosh. Okay, I love you, but he knows this shit. People don't take long sips of coffee when everything's fine. Is he still looking at Lore, or is he looking away?
He's looking at the coffee. You want to make an advantage on that insight.
Yep, because I love you. This is what everybody does when they are wanting to talk about something. This is like...
Tome lives his life.
That's a 4. It doesn't want me to realize this, but I'm like, okay, Lore's probably actively trying to ignore this and not call this poor person out. He's been working on it.
I will tell you, yeah, Tome, yeah.
Lore just smiles and is like, oh, what kind of coffee did you get?
Straight black coffee.
Oh, I like that too. I just really like chicory. It tastes like coffee, but isn't. Yeah, he looks away. He's been having more problems with knowing what to talk to people about, because he's used to just talking about them.
Joke's on you. We're about to in reverse. Tome kind of lowers his coffee cup a bit until Sydney goes, "Are you alright?"
I think so.
Seem a little nervous.
Oh, I've just I just met you and I want to talk or whatever. I'm just having trouble coming up with topics, I guess.
There's a little snort, and Tome goes, "I understand that feeling. I've never been the best at conversing with people myself."
Well, I used to be better at it, but I'm from a small town, and so it's easier when you know everybody.
There's another snort from Tome. He goes, I also used to be better at it, but don't really hang around the people I used to either. So I guess we were similar on that.
Did you move away from home too?
It's and he kind of sweats and runs back in this because it's a little more complicated than that, I'm afraid.
Oh, I guess something happened. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I don't have to worry about it, but that doesn't mean I can't show sympathy. I mean, you showed sympathy for
Tome
me.
is trying to load that. Tome is trying to process that. You gotta understand, Tome's been surrounded by detectives. If they start worrying, they start asking questions. It is a follow-up thing. Tome is not used to somebody going, "Oh, okay, I feel bad for you," and then doesn't try to investigate.
I hand you a lore.
You can see, I wouldn't even make you roll insight. You can see Tome is trying to process that you are not, yeah, I'm looking directly at Camille. You were, I put that on record.
Oh, shoot. Can I roll intelligence to see if I can piece some things together?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Please be nice to me, dice parser. Never mind. It's just wait, no. I forgot to add a +2. So that's a 6, but it's just 4s apparently.
Hold up, dice parser. Are we just doing 4s? Nope. Okay.
Nope. No, you don't understand. I am cursed with dice.
Oh no, I'm cursed too. That's why I'm so confused by this.
Oh, maybe I canceled you. We canceled each other out, and now I have all the bad luck. Oh, perfect. This is gonna be wonderful.
I'm so sorry for the crime.
Oh no, this always happens. This is how I can make a well-balanced character just by having a 20 strength. Anyway.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Don't mind me pouring water.
I can't hear it. We're all good.
Anyway, yeah, Lord just tilts his head and he's like, speaking of being okay, are you just not used to people just asking if you're okay and moving on?
There's a snort, and Tone goes, actually, no, I'm not.
Well,
And
you
he
said
says
you
it
knew a
like
lot of
a joke.
detectives, so
Yeah, it's in our nature, I guess.
honestly, I'm still. I'm getting used to that myself. When you're again, when you know everybody your whole life, you forget that you. I guess I never have been in the situation where you just move on. You always ask if they're okay and talk to them about it. But I've been learning that you don't do that here. So
It depends. It's Inkwell, and found family and
yeah.
plots are strong, so
Well, I also just I'm learning that it might be more polite to let people
it is
not have
normally a bit
crises.
more polite. Especially because, and he kind of motions to the air, the plot can make
I
backstories not the most joyous conversation for some of us.
You can roll insight, but Lord just kind of looks down into his tea and takes a long sip too.
Oh, so thankfully, thank you. Um, Absolutely, I would love to do that. Come on, Tone.
Lors, Laura knows that feeling.
Tone, you just told him it isn't polite. Tone, stop. Tone.
I look at you. What a fun stalemate we have put ourselves into. We are checkmated by social convention.
I'm gonna make a very quick wisdom check on Tone to see. Does he resist
I
the
will say with that 24, you know that this is this kid is a kid, probably barely 18.
Oh boy.
He's only 2 years older than Leo.
Oh gosh. Gosh, Tone is sitting here.
He's Minami's age.
He is, and Tone has such a soft spot for all of these.
He called Minami a big sister.
Okay, he can't do this. He can't do this.
I
He can't. He's not
taunt
strong enough.
you.
You taught me, and I'm so sorry. He. This
I
is
will
totally
trigger your
detective.
dad instincts.
It's no. This is not dad instincts. He refuses. He refuses.
Keep lying to yourself.
And he kind of gets it back, and he goes, since I am a detective, I am used to keeping secrets if needed. If you wish to talk about it, I can act as confident.
Lord chuckles. He's like, I have told my backstory quite a bit to quite a few detectives, so. Lord kind of smiles and he's like, how about we play a game instead?
Oh?
Okay, you ask a question and I ask a question. You can pass if you want, but kind of a get to know you game while we wait for cinnamon rolls. How about that?
You could not have asked that to a better person because Tom is not smart enough to see how this could backfire.
Lore, I look at all the times Laura has said, let's play a mental game, or let's play a, oh shoot, what is it? A hypothetical situation. I don't know. This is the kind of shit Laura does. Anyway.
Right. So, Tom kind of sits there and he starts tapping his foot in a little melody before he gives a nod as his foot keeps tapping.
This is just a kid. What could a kid do?
Seems reasonable enough. I say we do it.
Wonderful. Do you want to go first?
I'd prefer if you ask first to kind of get a good gauge of the situation.
Why do you like cinnamon rolls so much?
Tom gives a soft smile, and you can tell that his gaze softens with that one as well. The detective who taught me what I know, he used to take me out for them after I do good on a case. I kind of developed a love for them in the process.
that makes sense. It's a good memory. Why wouldn't you want to have something that made you smile?
They've slowly just kind of become a comfort thing, and I've his gaze softens as he kind of looks to the side of me and I've started to associate them with other people as well.
Yeah.
Always good things.
Lore holds up his chicory tea and he's like, "That's the same reason I like this. It makes me think of home."
Tome looks at you and smiles and goes, "It's good to have good memories."
It is. I
Keep in mind.
I miss the flowers there, so it's good that they have them here too.
What kind of flowers?
Chicory actually. There he points at one of the flowers on his hat, which you can see is blue next to the daisies he has, and he's like, "I, sorry, I can't describe the color, but they look like this."
Tome smiles and goes, "Well, I'll keep an eye out for those then."
Mm-hmm.
There's a sigh and Tome leans his hand to his hair and is like, "All right, then. What brings you to Billstown?"
Uh, hmm. Well, I said I'd answer honestly. I'm cursed to be lost.
You just did this to him. You really just did this to him.
Lore doesn't like lying.
He doesn't like let.
Okay, how else is he supposed to answer that? Oh no, I was just wandering around as an 18-year-old.
Tome's eyes widen and you can see the concern. I won't even make you incite that one. You
see this kid like, lean back and just laugh like he is starting to get used to this reaction. It's not malicious. It's more of like, yeah, he figured.
He runs a hand through his hair, and you can almost hear the internal debate of "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." Okay, nope. Anyways, I can. What do you? No, I'll save it for my next question. Save it for my next question.
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay though. Keep in mind, I have a sister, and you know that Minami cares.
Minami is. He gets sanitized. You couldn't have asked for a better sister, I believe. A good girl.
She's amazing.
Sweet, nice.
I also like the fact that I can pick her up. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure many people could pick her up.
Yeah, but she doesn't get upset when I do it.
That is important.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you have any siblings?
No. Only child my whole life.
Oh. That's so weird. I forget that people are like that. I have 6 little siblings.
He blinks and goes, yeah. I mean, for Einquell, it's not uncommon. Most families in Einquell end up getting other siblings. I've just, never actually had some.
Oh, well, who knows? Maybe you'll get found familied.
He gives a very disbelieving snort. Unlikely, but we'll see.
No offense. Do you want me to call you Tome or Mr. Tome?
There is a notable choking on his drink. Just Tome. Mr. Tome makes me feel old and like the officer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, parents taught me manners. He kind of looks down.
No, good man. I understand. I'm like it the same way. No,
You're sort of like apologizing.
Just used to call me Tome. It's moving on. My turn for a question.
Go on.
A little sweat drop. Is there any way I can help you with your curse?
Well, man. He looks down and kind of swirls his tea around before drinking more. The detectives here are really interested in helping me.
I think that's just detectives in general.
Oh, Lore cuts you off a little bit, like, oh, not all detectives.
Well, maybe it is all the ones here. For me, it's just because I understand the importance of helping others. It's why I'm in the job.
You should have, do you know Azumi?
You're gonna need an insight on that one.
Yeah.
because he does know Azumi, and that one is currently not on best terms, unlike
Ah,
Minami.
shit. How about we go back? I won't say that. We should avoid the
No,
angst.
no, no, do that one.
Ah,
That one.
okay.
Do that one. It's less of
That's a 6.
nope. Doesn't matter. You can't tell anything.
Okay.
Completely stone faced. I do know Detective Uzumi.
Yeah, well, despite him insisting that it wasn't him being nice, I don't understand how it can be seen as anything other than being that when you offer your services for free just because. You can be curious, but the shit that you can help someone with just because you're quote unquote curious, he's nicer than he lets on.
I need to roll a wisdom and note on Tome because he has choice words to say. All right, Tome, how would you hide it?
Yeah, Lord just goes on as you
Yep.
do this to just be like, look, I know he can kind of be harsh and rash, but I know he's trying, so that counts for something. Are you?
Tome, nope, Tome is completely stone faced, completely neutral. He is not saying what he's currently thinking, and when I'm typing.
Really quick, he's stone faced. That's unusual for him.
You can have advantage on that insight. This is very obviously controlled emotions.
Laura's not stupid. That's a 7. I know it's a 7, but Laura just like tilts his head like he takes note of it, but moves on. And he just says, "You don't have to like him. That's okay."
Tone coughs on his drink, goes a bit and goes,
Don't worry, I know that he's
a good
prickly.
detective. He's a good detective, and he's important to me, and that's enough.
Oh, you know Cam too?
My only, with all the other ones, they're hit, even with Minami, because they haven't quite yet reached dad daughter energy. He had softened with Minami, and he had kind of stiffened at Azumi, but whenever Camille gets brought up, you see him soften a lot, and he does a small smile.
You see Laura reflect that softness.
He gives a smile, and he kind of actually glances at where the cinnamon rolls are being made. Yeah, I know. The little detective. The first person I actually met when Homecoming to Bill's coming.
Laura actually laughs in a way that, you know when a kid just laughs because they find something just really enjoyable? Laura laughs like that, just... Oh, he was also the first person I met in Billstown. Here, actually.
We didn't meet here, but we did come here afterwards, and
we had cinnamon rolls?
We had cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. That must mean he means a lot to you, too.
No, it was...
Hey, Tome? Why are you so awkward about having affection for a child?
There is no way to answer that without it being angst. I have no way to answer that without it being insight, please.
Yep.
Or persuasion. I will let you go for persuasion either.
Oh gosh, I think persuasion's just the same. I'll double check. One moment. Okay. What is persuasion, Lore? Are you good at persuasion?
Oh, this can be a charisma.
Yeah, it's a +2. That's pretty. He doesn't normally get pluses. But okay, that's a 16.
Whiz. I just because I gotta see. Making a whiz at disadvantage because I don't care what the dice say. Thank you. I will say, because I will flavor this, I always flavor the dice respectfully towards what they try to make me do and what I unavoidably ignore. Home is very reluctant to talk. But there is I get serious. Um, there is a moment of hesitation before he kind of just um, rubs his hands together. Uh,
Lord just puts his
it's
hand out. Like, I'm sorry. If that's uncomfortable, you don't have to answer.
Don't make that offer, Lord. He will take it.
Lore's trying to get better, but if you want to do the angst, I won't.
I'm good either way. I'm telling you right now. If you want Tome lore, you're not gonna get it through letting him keep his secrets.
Lore is trying to be more respectful of people's secrets.
Oh God, you're so good, Lore.
Huh?
You're so good, Lore.
Yeah, he's so good. It's fine. I look away from the FPSs that happened the other day. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
There's yeah.
Uh,
There's a pause. Um, and then a smile.
mm-hmm.
A big. Let me roll deception real quick. God, it's such a forced smile too.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
it's nothing. Uh, so don't
Hey,
worry about it.
um, I know that you're good at deceiving people in your line of work, but I know it's not nothing, otherwise you wouldn't have keyed up like that. But I'm not gonna pry. But maybe work on maybe work on your transitions.
There's a snort. I've seen a lot of people being better at reading me, much to my dislike.
Or I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I think it's your turn for a question.
Hmm. I guess it is. There's a pause as he tries to think.
Um, actually, you can roll perception again if you want.
I will roll perception again. God, I just want his perception to be decent.
Don't worry, this isn't hard. Never mind, that's not enough. Okay.
I tried to tell you.
I mean, you can do investigation if you're trying to look this kid over.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I mean, he's
Fun
a
fact,
detective.
you say that Tome is kind of actually known for having a really low investigation.
Okay, what is his high stat?
His highest stat is performance, intimidation, insight, and deception.
Okay, do insight then, I guess.
That is his highest. There we
Okay,
go.
because I'm like, he would use what he's good at.
Yeah, he's good at insight.
Yeah, so you can tell that this kid, despite being young, probably has a lot of experience with dealing with emotional stuff. But you also notice that he fidgets with his glasses a lot, and that means he's not used to wearing them. It's a recent thing.
Tone kind of taps his fingers against the table in a similar rhythm to what his feet have been tapping. How long have you been wearing the glasses?
Oh, um, hmm, probably a week or so.
That's understandable. Vision can deteriorate over time, after all.
Oh no, I can. Well, I would say I can see just fine. I'm actually colorblind. But other
Huh.
than that, I can see just fine. I wear them for a different reason.
You can already see Tom's clocking that for his next question. You don't even guess. He just quiets down instantly, like, okay, ask your questions. I can get to mine.
Lore smiles big, knowing exactly what he's gonna ask next time, and he's like, "Yeah."
Listen, he's a detective.
He is a detective.
Have a
Lore
you
isn't smiling evilly. He's more of just like, you know when a big sibling smiles at you because they can tell what the little sibling's gonna do next.
Yeah,
It's like that.
beloved.
He thinks for a second, and he's like, what's your favorite thing about what you do?"
Hmm, that's actually a good one. There's a pause
Thanks.
as he kind of tilts his head. I think it really is helping.
Lore looks
I
really
mean,
soft.
of course, there's the joy of figuring out a case, but I'm not the best at that, so can't really find much joy in that anymore.
Um,
But helping people always is good.
I'm sorry if it's not my place, but I'd like to point out that it takes more than just being good at a case to be a detective.
Eh, wish more people knew that kid.
Most people don't take the time to.
Tone, are you getting adoptee energies right now? Tone?
I wiggle at you. I told you.
I'm sitting here right now like I don't see it. It's not quite dad energies, but it's very much a oh, I'm holding this one gently. We'll be processing that later. Anyways, um
You're welcome.
or at least later in this FPS we'll see. Um all right. My turn then, I guess.
Yeah, it is. And
Um
to answer you, because I think you're going to ask about the eyes, right?
there's Tone kind of rubs the back of his neck a little embarrassingly, which is an obvious yes.
Don't worry. I made the answer leading.
I see. Okay.
Well, it's just because this one takes a little bit longer.
Hmm. You don't have to share if you don't want to, you know.
I mean, lots of other people know. I mean, Camille knows, Izumi knows, you're fine. Minami knows.
He gives a
Um,
nod then.
yeah, just, He rubs the back of his neck for a second. He's like, just try not to freak out, okay?
I've seen a lot of crazy things. It will be harder than that. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, me, Katie pops in here. It's about to get angsty, and I apologize. Lore happily reaches up and takes off his glasses, and his eyes are a very, very bright purple, which is unusual for a real kind. You know that much.
Tone actually doesn't show any. I'm gonna make a quick deception. I'm not gonna make a whiz for this one, just a deception. Yeah, Tone actually shows no change in reaction.
Lore says, the reason I wear the glasses is because if I stare at somebody too long without being careful, they get afraid.
Uh, there, that's a whiz right there. That there's a process. Not for what you're thinking though. Nope. Okay, he keeps the same. Okay. Um, Tone bites the inside of his cheek.
Don't worry, you can have an extra question this time.
How did that happen?
Okay, this is the
And
part.
you can tell that that's said with a lot of personal investment. Actually, you can insight why, but
I can try.
you can try.
There's always the possibility for a nat 20. That's a 12.
No, nope, nope, nope. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Lore just says, okay, this is the part where he looks around and lowers his voice, where I ask you not to freak out, okay?
Okay.
So where I'm from is a really small place called Ordinal Point. It's only been around for about 50 years, I think. Or wait, he counts. He's like, sorry, I got that mixed up. And he holds his head like, for some reason, it's kind of hard to remember. And he's like, it's been around for 25 years, and there's less than 50 people. Sorry. But it's where my family has lived for a while, and we run printing presses. And we do a lot of work for a lot of people. But one day, there was an accident because somebody gave us ink that we weren't supposed to have. And there was an accident, and it stained my eyes purple. The ink had a magical effect of being associated with fear, and my biological father got very angry at the client, and shortly after disappeared, and we're pretty sure he was taken, and so was all of our client files, so we don't know where he is, or if, yeah, but Lore rubs the back of his neck and looks at you. He's like, please don't freak out, but I found out recently it was Toon Ink.
Okay. So I don't know how to explain this. That the phrase that it was tuning, um, has both relieved and scared her.
Yeah, Lore looks very solemn slash guilty.
Because someone was worried that it was something else, and it's not that, it seems. But at the same time, that is not a nice answer to receive. So we're gonna make another whiz. We're gonna make a whiz save
Yeah,
on that
because
one.
Tone can connect that to the toon trade.
Tone actually doesn't know about that. Well, actually, shit, Tone would know about that.
Mm-hmm.
God, we're gonna have to add that to the trigger list now.
Yep.
It got mentioned for B word. Hey, beloveds, can someone make a list for us while we're going?
Here, I go into our DMs. what shit have we gotten into so far? Toon trade.
Yeah, he would know because it's milk.
Yep.
Oh god. Sorry, I the player don't. No.
Yeah, if you need some help, Lord, I mean, he can just know of it.
Yeah, no, no. Tome knows of it. Tome probably. Tome. I'm trying not to spell lore right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it in thing.
Mm-hmm. What other things have we talked about? I think we've avoided most angst until now.
Yeah, we have.
Okay,
So
cool.
anything.
We made it an hour-ish. It's fine.
It's fine. And we'll just delete that little bit of information.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry.
Don't worry about that. Okay.
Lord just looks
With
down
a
at his tea.
gosh, with a 13 whiz save. We're gonna make it deception. 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 Wow. Tome is keeping a poker face today. Okay.
Lord knows that that means he's probably not. This man has been very, like, he's not going to say anything about it. And he doesn't know exactly what he's feeling at all. Like, this deception is working. But this man has been embarrassed at everything else. And so Lord knows enough about detectives that when he goes stone-faced, he knows he's thinking something.
Definitely having thoughts. He's not revealing them, but he is having thoughts.
Mm-hmm. So Lore has no idea what those thoughts are. He just knows that there are thoughts.
Detective brain going brr.
And I hold out the fact that Lore said at the beginning of this that Azumi, Camille, and Minami knew this.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Tome is okay. First of all, Tome is very worried about that. Oh gosh, that's a lot to unpack for Tome. He's gonna process that over the course of this conversation, and it may get brought up later.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
I also give him the fact that Azumi offered to help Lore, knowing this.
Oh. You know, that actually doesn't help. It does not help, actually. No, that just makes him dislike Azumi even more. I'm so sorry. He and Azumi are not on good terms right now.
I know. I just hand you that.
Oh, boy. Tome is quiet for a minute as his coffee seems to never be able to run out. It's quite miraculous.
Lore's a little jealous.
His tune logic. He kind of pauses. The only thing that's really changed is his feet are definitely tapping that rhythm a bit louder now.
Lore very carefully slips his glasses back on.
Tome doesn't make commentary on it. He's quiet for a minute. I guess. You sorry. No, you can ask 2 questions now.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, if you say so. Your turn.
It's your turn to ask 2 questions. I just asked 2.
Okay.
You would like to keep things even.
If you like. What's your favorite thing to do?
Tom is quiet, and he starts to answer before he pauses. You can insight again. Tome has a lot of insights.
Oh gosh.
Tome is just constantly living his insight life.
I look at I look at Comet who just popped back in. You missed the whole Lore explains his eyes to Tome. Anyway.
And Tome gets a 26 on I'm not gonna react to that.
Though Tome knows that Minami knows now. Anyway.
Oh, you also missed Tome getting jealous.
That's a 6 on insight. It's fine.
Somebody in the chat could probably catch up. Anyways, yeah, no, cannot. I'll let you roll advances. You've been having some bad luck.
I look at you. It's fine, but okay. I'm not gonna say no. That's a 15.
Just because at this point you're starting to notice things about Tome that even I'm not realizing he's doing.
You're welcome.
What was it? You can tell Tome is about to answer something, and then changes his mind almost guiltily.
Lore holds up a hand, and he's like, "Let me rephrase the question. What is just something you enjoy, not necessarily your favorite?"
There's a pause. Puzzles, riddles.
Same for me to me, and he smiles really happily.
Tome's gaze softens at that. Second question then.
Oh, no, that was my second question. Remember, I asked if you were okay.
Hi. Now you've put him in a place because he lied during that. And they promised they would be truthful. One more insight, please.
Uh-huh. That's an 11.
Please roll, please roll, please roll, please roll, please roll. Yes. You can tell Tome looks away in a bit of guilt because he hadn't realized that was one of the questions and he lied during it.
Lore just smiles and he's like, "What's your question?"
How did you meet Camille?
Oh, he saw me trying to look at a... He points outside the window and there's like a mural that kind of has a map on it, and he's like, he saw me looking at that thing trying to figure out where it was, and you know Camille, he couldn't leave it alone. So he walked up to a stranger and asked if they were okay.
There's a snort from Tony. Oh, of course he did.
Yeah, and then
keep himself out of the business.
I was still new here and didn't know that you shouldn't spill your entire life story to strangers. So yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Though I would have figured that'd be even less common outside of Icewell.
Again, I point at the fact I'm from a town of less than 50 people, and I was the first kid born there. We all know each other.
That's fair. I guess when people actually get close to others, they kind of develop that kind of habit.
And the people who moved there knew each other for generations beforehand, so like everybody was kind of family, even if we weren't biologically related. It just isn't normal to hide things from one another, and I didn't know that. I didn't think about it.
There's a pause, and he does kind of glance aside and goes, "I will admit, it hasn't always been. Not every toon is as unwilling to share their backstory.
Yeah,
and there are some toons, so don't beat yourself up too much about it. Even the real kind."
Lord looks frustrated with himself, and he's like, "I just wish I didn't end up pushing as much as I sometimes do. I want to be considerate."
There's a pause before he kind of gets nodded and goes, "Well, you have been considerate this time, so."
Lord sighs, and he's like, "Well, that's good. I wouldn't want to, yeah."
Well, your turn then.
Oh, okay. Lore smiles really excitedly. What's your favorite book? Or just a book series you like, or any kind of book? And he looks really excited about this. He actually leans in and smiles so big. And you remember that this
Reluctant.
could said that his family printed books.
There's a pause. Reluctant has been a favorite for a while.
I love those ones. Camille does too. Oh, so does Me, actually. Mm-hmm. Okay, while you wait for the large amount of people to clear out, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Hello, I'm back. Just in case. I, no, don't worry. He did not tell more people. He promised Camille he wouldn't. Lore doesn't break promises. Camille just forgot to make him promise the first time. This is where I tease Camille for being stupid and not making a stranger promise not to say a thing the first time they met. Do you want him to know, Fletch? Oh my gosh, you are a gremlin to yourself. Man, if you want me, I'll talk around it. He is a detective. He can make his own conspiracy board. Yeah, don't worry. I know of how I could say it. um, and who knows? He might not even realize that that was a thing until later. Uh, me just being like elevator music. Do 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 do. Mm. Mhm. And another one down. Anyway, we, audience, are waiting for chaotic roommates to leave poor Spec alone. iPad. If your audio got ruined, we do have a backup in mind, and we can try to double check it if there's something that you want to double check isn't in there.
It's here we go. I'm back. It's good.
Okay.
Good.
Hello.
We will use a backup, but
I wiggle at you. It's okay.
yep. Where were we?
I geek out about Herlock Sholmes.
Yeah, yeah. I
And,
didn't know any other parody names. I panicked.
It's okay. I have a list, I think, somewhere. It's fine. I even have a Princess Bride XP called The Queen to Be.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, Laura leans in and he's like, he talks about how Camille and Meanie Me loves that book series and that so does he. And he's like, he goes on to say, yeah, my family even printed some of those archival quality copies, but I don't know where they got sent per se, just because we work with a lot of third parties. But if you ever see, and he pulls out his shirt and you see like a purple flower on it, he's like, if you ever see in by by the distributors or printers mark one of these flowers, that means a pair of presses probably helped make it.
Your Tom's Pawns goes well then? No? I guess if anything, I can try and look for those then.
You can actually roll history, because there's a good chance that you've come across one.
I will roll history, actually. Yep, okay, that's an intelligence-based one. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty low DC, so, you think that there's a few, you remember in some cases or whatever, some of the books that you looked at that were actually not Sherlock Holmes, Herlock Sholmes, but some actual from other countries, like for or continents, like Faruma and whatnot, like some of the more official documents potentially having a mark similar to that, but you don't quite remember, so you'll have to go back and check on that.
Mental tally to investigate later. Man. My turn then, isn't it?
Yep, it is. Lindor smiles.
What's your favorite book then? You must have read a lot.
Oh, my favorite book? And he thinks, well, I grab the thing of XPs that I have written. He thinks, well, I like a lot of books. I've read a lot of things. I know a few languages, so there's some that you might not know. There's, well, the Herlock Sholmes series, obviously. Yes, it's so good. I really like it. He just laughs. Let's see. There's oh yeah, the Madame Maple ones. Murder on the West Express. That's a good one. There's, well, I think one of my favorite ones is actually a sci-fi one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called The Wayfarers. Me having to open up a thing. What did I call it? Don't worry about it. This is just shh. Don't worry. It's fine. Scrolling desperately. Where did I put it? That's the wrong one. I'm close. Don't worry. Shoot. I thought I was close.
Fine.
Man, this raises the question of, did I lose that entire file?
We could just said that you say the name of it.
Yeah, it's something along the lines of The Wayfarer's Manual to the Void Above
Is it?
by Reckless not by Luckless Adams.
Would it happen to be inspired by like a
Mm-hmm.
hitchhiker's? Oh
One of
gosh.
my personal favorite
You're
series.
so you're so valid. You're
Mhm.
honestly so valid. Okay. God, I love this.
Oh, I found it. It is the yes, I got it right. The Wayfarer's Manual to the Void Above by Luckless Adams. Anyway, he says that. He's like, originally it was supposed to be a trilogy, but then they wrote like a whole bunch of other books and still call it a trilogy. And he smiles.
Hmm. I still have to read that one. I will admit I will laugh. I haven't really read a lot outside of mysteries. Though recently
Mhm.
Minami got me starting to read a series.
Oh, what series? I might know it. I read a lot of the books that they had. Actually, I read all of the books that they have.
I, the player, do not remember the name.
You say the name. Wow, I love that book.
I don't even know if we gave a name. I know we gave a plot. I don't know if we gave a name.
Yeah, we'll just insert that snippet here. Wow, they shake hands. It's amazing. Confetti
Yeah.
appears.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so that was your question, right?
Yes. Now it is yours.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Lord thinks for a second and kind of like playfully rubs the side of his face with his knuckles and looks up and he's like, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Tome has an answer to that. That is angst.
These are normal get to know you questions, and I look at Tome and I shake them.
It's see, but the problem is,
Does Tome kind of go silent?
yeah, he goes silent for a minute
Oh,
as he
Lord
kind of.
holds up his hand again. He's like, let me rephrase. Where's somewhere that you think would be interesting to visit? And Tome, I'll mention that you are already catching on to as soon as this kid realizes they have phrased something in a way that causes you to hesitate, they make it more open in general, so you don't have to lie.
And Tome is really appreciating that. And there's only one other person who's ever kind of acted like that. And he's already got Adopt Me vibes on that one. And
Was it
he
me to
never.
me?
No, it was actually Camille.
Oh, what? Camille didn't pry?
Camille pried. Camille backed off because Camille.
Stop it.
Camille
Yeah.
and them had a reaction. Have
Mm-hmm.
had some meetings.
Cool.
Though I will admit, Camille's Adopt Me vibes come from something else too.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, to be fair, Laura in his mind has adopted Camille, but it's not mutual because Camille is uncomfortable with it. The only one where it's been mutual is me to me. But I look at the fact that Laura has a little sister who's 5 years old named Kettle, who is also an artificer.
oh,
Except they're really fucking good. Anyway, where in the world? Where would you like to visit? Anywhere.
tranquil.
Well, that's kind of
I think
broad,
it'd be
but
interesting.
okay.
Well, he kind of gives emotion because my cases take me all over Einquell itself.
Oh,
So
I've only really
it'd be
been
nice
to
to go
here
outside.
and Toontown, I think, and the woods
Oh,
somewhere. I don't quite remember.
I'm from.
And you know that those are on opposite sides of the continent.
They are. Yeah. No, I'm from Toontown, so you can imagine the journey I have to make anytime I come here.
Oh, how long does it normally take?
It depends on if I'm able to fast travel.
I let you, Tome, kind of realize that that's kind of a weird question for someone who's been to both to ask how long it takes.
Actually, hold up. Tom, do you notice that? We're gonna make a perception, wisdom, whatever.
He can have advantage because this boy said that he's cursed to be lost.
Is 15 good enough?
I guess I should put that in the tags. It's okay.
I'll say he does. I'll say
Yeah,
he connects.
just let him connect him. You're good.
I'm guessing the lost thing is why you don't know.
uh, Wait, whose turn was it to ask a question? And he kind of smiles playfully.
Oh, mine actually.
Yeah. Do you want that one to be your question?
Sure.
Okay. So I talked to Camille a little bit ago, and he thinks that I'm learning how to scene transition.
Player have no idea what you just said.
Scene transition? Okay, so
Scene transition.
there's
Scene. Okay, I'm over here like
S's
what?
are hard. Scene transition.
No, I'm just
Mhm.
that like that.
Yeah, that's one of the words I have a little trouble with my speech impediment, so I get you. Uh, Laura goes on to elaborate.
On your first US. That's honestly that's what Tone calls fast travel.
Yeah,
Um,
Laura also is
it,
like, I think some people call it fast travel.
yes,
I don't
that's what I
really,
do.
oh, I
It's
don't really have that much control over
it's
it yet,
human thing,
but
though.
I just I get lost, and I've been trying to figure out that sometimes if I think of a place, but not too hard, sometimes I can get there, but it's kind of glitchy.
Yeah,
He kind of shrugs. And you, Tom, know that that is not a real kind thing to be able to do.
yeah. No, Tome's very much gonna say that out loud. That's not a real kind of thing.
Yeah,
Tune thing.
yeah. And he kind of smiles, and I can let you connect a dot. I mean, you are a detective, so I'm giving you a lot of leeway.
Oh no, Tome is connecting the dots because this is
Mm-hmm.
weird, and that's his alley. He is not a good detective when it comes to normal things.
Mm-hmm. You remember that there's toon ink in his eyes.
Yep, and that's what he's thinking of right now.
Yeah, Lloyd just kind of smiles, and he's like, I'm guessing you'll have some follow-up questions. But mine first. What's your favorite color? And can you describe it to me? I guess that's two, but
Pause as he thinks.
because this kid did say he was colorblind.
He's thinking. I don't have one actually,
Oh, okay. Well, is it
which is strange. I will admit,
um?
but
Well,
I
I
just
mean,
never had one.
I don't have a favorite color either. And he kind of smiles like it's an inside joke.
That actually does make Tome laugh.
Laura laughs with them, and he's like, "Is it okay if I try to rephrase that question?"
Go, go.
Okay. I I can't see color, but I associate things with color. So like, I had a friend. I explained orange is citrus, or me said red was spicy. Um, what's a color you'd like to try to describe to me?
Tome thinks. It's this brownish orange. It's the color of my hair.
Oh, um,
It's
Lucy like
it's
tilts his
kind of
head like
like
he's trying to imagine it.
the smell of pumpkins and the feeling of leaves crunching underneath your feet.
Oh yeah, that's a fall color, right?
It's a fall color.
I love fall. I live
It's
where there's a lot of trees.
mm-hmm. It's like gallery. You gotta give it to me. It's like he gives a laugh and he's like, it's like cinnamon.
Oh, I love cinnamon, especially in coffee.
Yeah, it's that kind. It's the more pure concentrated cinnamon, not quite the soft kind.
Yeah, is it anything like? And he thinks for a second, and he thinks really hard. Hmm. Have you ever had, um, It's pumpkin bread, but it's more like cake.
Before.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, my Nama would always make that.
It's a good thing to have.
Maybe we can have it together sometime. Actually, Lore perks up and he's like, actually, I know how to make pumpkin cinnamon rolls that are like pumpkin bread. We should that that would be really fun. We can give some to Camille.
You want to insight that?
Yeah, and Lore looks really excited because they know the same people. So he's like maybe hoping that not necessarily to be friends, but maybe they could do something.
Beloved.
That's a nat one. He's just too
Nope.
excited about friends.
Nope. Nope. There's no angst here. No angst here, not at all.
He just smiles and he's like, "You don't have to though, because I know that that makes you potentially uncomfortable." But oh, I he he actually really quickly pats himself down and pulls out a little card and he hands it over to you. He's like, "I have this thing with letters that if you write my full name on a letter, it can send to me. I found out recently why. It's that can be a question if you want." But he slides it over and he's like, "If you're okay with it, if you let me know the name that people can send letters to you by, then I can write you. And that means that we don't have to meet up and I can just send you a cinnamon roll."
I have to ask you, Katie, what name do they have to go by for the letter?
Then I have basically the name that you would normally receive a letter by.
Now, right?
Yes, currently. Like if you got a letter
Okay.
today as Detective Tome, that name.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. um, Tome nods and he pockets the letter in his hammer space. I will do my best to remember that then.
Yeah, he hands you a pen and a blank piece of paper. Is it okay to have the name that you would put on a letter?
Sure. And he takes the pen and very practiced handwriting. He writes Private Investigator Grim Tome.
Mm-hmm. Lore takes it and looks really happy at it. And he's like, and you noticed that when Laura passed the card over to you, it was written in obviously very, very nice calligraphy handwriting that also looked very practiced. And like it wasn't necessarily trying to show off, just like that's how this kid writes.
Tome
Tome what?
Tome smiles at that.
Mm-hmm. And he quickly takes out a notebook, a journal, and flips to he kind of tilts it away from you, not intentionally, but he takes the card and he slips it in somewhere, and you figure that there's lots of other people he writes, and he kind of keeps it in there. And he closes it, and then he opens it back up again. He's like, "Oh, I think it's my turn to ask a question." I look away. Man, now I want pumpkin cinnamon rolls with chocolate chips. I wiggle at you, Spec. You good?
Okay, I'm good.
Yay! I hug you.
Where were we again?
Yeah, Laura was talking about cinnamon rolls. He got Tome's letter name, and he was about to put his notebook away, and then hesitated and asked if it was his turn to ask a question because he can't remember. But I think it's Tome's turn.
I believe it's Tome's turn.
Yeah.
I will say Tome is for the audience. He is tapping his fingers in that beat, and his feet have picked up when he realizes he gave him a letter with his name on it.
Yeah, a little card.
Yep. Yeah. No. Tome is
basically saying it's okay to write him.
Yeah. Tome knows what it means. Tome also knows that now there's another person associated with him, and that stresses him out for his own reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Can Laura roll insight?
Sure.
Actually, can he roll investigation? His investigation's actually better.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because his intelligence is better than his wisdom.
I mean, that's why Tone's wisdom is better than his intelligence. So,
Mhm.
look at his wisdom being his highest stat.
Look at my boy is a himbo. His strength is 20. That's a 5. Never mind. See, this is what I'm talking about. Laura's just like, Laura sees him tapping and just, I will say this much. Laura just sees him tapping and he's like, and then stops and he's like, actually, I think it was your turn to ask a question. And he kind of closes his book and sets it off to the side.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I just realized that not only is my audio probably messed up because background noise, it just dawned on me I forgot to actually set it to where it was recording me. So yeah, no, definitely. I'm just gonna stop my recording.
You're okay. Don't worry. We got 2 backups anyway, so I pat
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and I hug you and I look at you. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here too. I just felt so bad because I was like, wait, well, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh no, we'll have to do it over again.
oh, no, we're messing with you, Fletch. I can already see you typing internally.
It's fine. Don't come back, Dad. It's fine.
Tome's next question. Oh yes, he had a question. I mentally logged it as his next question and then I forgot it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Well, okay, let's do recap. You know a little bit about his eyes. Slash that situation. That recap is basically he said
I remember.
yeah, that, and then he said stuff about scene transitioning, and then he asked about colors.
I remember it was about the letters actually.
Oh, and also, yeah, the letters, and also the whole thing with the cinnamon rolls and saying, oh, maybe we can make them together, and then he backed off and said, I can just send you one. And then he asked, told about the letters.
Tome is not going to comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
How did the letters work for you? You said you discovered it recently.
Well, I didn't used to know, but he kind of blushes, and it's kind of more of a silly blush, and he rubs the back of his head and kind of actually takes the book and sets it down next to him on the booth seat, just because he wants to prop his elbows up so he can hold his head. And he like kind of in a funny, stressed way, and he's like, have you ever met a god? That'll be my next question, I guess. I'll still answer yours. I just I need to know some context.
Yeah, you can definitely say I've met a god before.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with Einquell? And he just smiles.
Do you have a problem with gods?
Well, it's not exactly a problem, but I found out that the letters send because of a god.
Do you know which god?
The parcel god. They deal with letters and mail.
I don't know that one, I will admit.
Apparently,
I know a god, not that one. He was like, I know a god, but not that one.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's the other one I met too, but that's unrelated. But, he kind of wears that off. And he's like, yeah, I can't see them. I met a friend who can for some reason, but apparently it's a bunch of cats. He looks confused. They apparently like me enough that they let me send letters home and letters to people I know / have met, because I guess they felt bad about my situation or something.
Well, it's not the craziest thing in Inkwell.
Yeah, I guess not. So, I'm still working on the fact that apparently I have a god's boon, so he kind of still holds his head and looks down.
Yeah. Wow. I. Okay, yeah. I can't judge you. I have my personal experience with gods, but okay.
So far, I've met a lot of people with an experience with a god. Anyway, yeah.
That's another thing I'm starting to think.
Yeah, because I'm just, he just stammers and then gives up.
Tom's giving me like a little pat on the table. Too nervous to reach across and pat, but a pat.
Lore kind of gives him a happy, like, he feels a little better because he knows what he was trying to do, and so he kind of sits back and takes a deep breath and relaxes. And Tom
Tome.
knows it's because he tried.
Oh, Tome leans back and he kind of rubs his hands. He wrings his hands a little nervously, and rubs back of his neck. Okay.
Oh, but you I guess it's your turn again because I asked if you knew a god.
Yeah. No, but I followed up with by which god, so it's
Oh,
you can.
I guess it's my turn again. He kind of thinks and he's like, hmm.
There's a pause.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to ask something, I will answer. Honestly, I've been asking you a lot of questions.
I don't want to make you do that.
You wouldn't be the first, and you would surely not be the last.
Well, I don't. Lord smiles kind of playfully and he's like, well, why be like everybody else, right?
Tome is so grateful, and I'm not gonna even make you insight that Tome is processing that you're being this nice.
Laura's been working on not prying.
Tome trying to process why you're like this.
Yeah, especially because you got tragic backstory.
You've just been nice to him. He doesn't understand. He feels like there's a catch here or something.
It's just a lad. It's just a boy. There's no catch. He just wants to write you letters.
Eh.
Laura's like, oh, wait, I know what I wanted to ask. You can say no, okay?
Okay.
Can I draw a picture of you?
There's an awkward pause. You can make a whiz save. Sure. Why not?
Thank you. And you see him flip through his notebook, and you actually see, I'll just give this to you. As he flips through, there's a few people you don't recognize, but you see pictures of Midami and Camille, and even one of Azumi. And then he stops on a blank page, and very fast, you're surprised. He already has your likeness, and then writes Detective Grim Tome next to it, and dates it, and blows on the ink, and then closes his book.
Would you like some angst?
Some names?
Angst.
Oh, some angst? Yeah, sure.
There's an awkward cough. Private eye. I don't go by detective anymore.
Oh, okay. And you see Lore kind of look at the ink, and he licks his thumb, and he smears out detective, and he reaches in and gets a white pen, and over it puts private eye.
At that, man, is that a visual imagery for him right now.
And Lore, when he writes private eye, puts a little flower next to it just for fun.
Tome gives a really soft smile, but he is not making eye contact right now.
Yeah, Lore smiles and writes another note next to it that says, like cinnamon rolls, and then closes it and puts it in his bag.
There's a little snort there.
Lore smiles. What's your question?
When did you learn to draw like that?
Oh, I've been drawing my whole life. I helped work on the drafts for maps, and I mean, not all books are just black and white text, and so we don't always do color printing, but I would do the do you know what typecasting is?
The player don't know? I can
Yeah,
see if
no, Tome probably doesn't know much about printing presses.
I'm gonna make a straight D20.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Does he say no?
He shakes his head.
Yeah.
No,
There's like, well, typecasting is when you make the letters for a printing press, and we do something similar when we make like storybooks or whatnot, and we have to print lots of pictures. So we have to make a block to to print them on, and so somebody has to draw it. So my parents showed me how, and so I'd work on those a lot. And you got to be quick to keep up with the orders.
No, I think that's an impressive skill.
Thank
I
you.
myself never was too much an artist, so I
Well,
appreciate it.
I'm sure there's lots of things that you're good at. And Lore smiles.
Tom tilts his head back and forth like it's debatable.
Lore tilts his head to the side, and he's like, "Well, you're better at talking to strangers than you think you are."
This is that.
Mm. Though I hope you get used to people being nice without wanting things, because it seems like you've had a hell of a time.
Is looking away. No, it's.
Oh, sorry, that was probably too much. And he sighs and rubs at his eye.
I believe it's your turn, is it not?
Um, is it? Okay. Um, what's something that you want to tell me?
You're nice.
Oh,
Good. And you.
Laura's blushing, but it's not like he's not like wanting Tome to stop. It's more of just like, oh, he's being nice to me.
There's a pause as Tom thinks. You shouldn't hold yourself back from helping people. Only hold yourself back from disrespecting their privacy.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Um, uh, I'm actually going to quickly move to my bedroom because I had a roommate come home too.
I've been in actually a kitchen, so that's why I keep having things happen.
Our kitchen is right next to our living room.
I'm consuming a snack at this moment, so we're good. Hi, gallery. How you doing? Oh, oh. I'm looking at you. What are you two doing? Fletch? I'm looking at what you said you were scheming on. Beloved magic player of Oh, you got a puzzle? I You can test it on me. You can totally test it on me. Yay. I'm consuming peeps right now while I wait on KT. Listeners wondering when this is being recorded, the fact that I just said I'm eating peeps should date me very well. Unless you don't know what peeps are, and then I'm sorry. We finally have enough draft points. Just get ready. I'm gonna be able to get a disgusting tone perception soon. How we doing on time? We're doing good then. Because we ate our veggies. We ate our veggies. Plus, we've been self-caring too, on top of that. So does that count for something? Can we get an extension to 4 hours? I bat my eyes at you. I bat my eyes at you. I bat my eyes at you. I bat them faster. Let me go check and see how DMs it. Oh, it's. I almost was really mean to Tome there for a second. Anyways, let me get back.
Okay, I charge in here.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry. She's cooking, so I didn't want to have all the cabinets and whatnot noise.
All good with me.
She's a loud cooker.
You know what? Sometimes it'd be like that. That points out how background noise for me.
Anyway, me, Katie, blinks at you. You're telling me how great I was.
Yeah. That was really Tome's final note, was that statement. To not limit yourself on your kindness, just limit yourself on respecting others' privacies.
Oh,
because he could tell that Lore was kind of stopping himself from trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was more of, hey, you can try and help others.
Thank you.
But if they give a firm no, then stop.
Okay. Lore nods and then looks at you because it's your turn.
There's a pause, and then he tilts his head. What would you like me to know?
Lore smiles and laughs a little bit. How do I phrase this? Actually, here, one moment. It helps me think sometimes. And he pulls out a piece of paper and starts like trying to organize his thoughts. And what languages does Tome know?
Not a lot. Features. It's under proficiencies, I think. Common and Grolix.
Perfect, because you do not recognize this because it's Gnomish.
Yep, nope, he does not know that.
Yeah, Lore likes writing notes in Gnomish. Okay, so he's kind of organizing his thoughts and thinking, and then he kind of looks at the paper and he's like, I guess what I would like you to know is that not everybody wants something from you. And that I guess it's okay to accept other people's kindness when they don't. But also maybe get better at telling them no.
Tome sweats and looks away. He really played himself with that question.
Lore elaborates. I kept having to rephrase my questions because you're nice enough to want to try to answer truthfully, despite yourself. So, if I do what you told me to do, then you need to say no.
I need you to insight that. Something you said Tome does not have a good reaction to.
Okay. Oh gosh. Insight, my beloved. That's a 4. Lore just
Nope.
is worried about the man.
Yep, nope, nothing to be seen there. I will tell this for the listeners, however. Tome knows very well if he had been pushed, he may not have answered truthfully. And he doesn't like that.
Yeah,
He was glad. He was glad he was allowed to rephrase because it meant he didn't have to lie.
Yeah, and Lore actually elaborates to say, I know you're probably good at lying, / I know you're good at lying, but I don't want to make you do that because, like you said, I want to respect what you got going on. And you're not bad or evil or anything like that for lying to a stranger, because you don't know what a stranger's gonna do.
Hit a lot of things for Tome right there. Tome is very intently looking at his coffee right now.
Lore laughs and rubs the back of his neck. If you need me to stop, just say no.
Me having to make sure I play Tome and not Timmy. How would you react to him? There's a pause before Tome sighs and gives a wave because this actually isn't character for him. No, it is best when I'm made aware of my fault.
I've been told I have an interesting habit of accidentally calling people out, and he just kind of laughs nervously.
Love to know what you were able to call Zumi out on. He kind of mumbles that to himself.
Lore kind of goes,
Oh, were you able to call him out on something?
I shouldn't say.
Tome actually perked up.
Lore looks away.
Tome bites his cheek.
I
won't ask.
No,
Not my business.
I think it's funny. But Lore thinks and he's like, I guess Azumi doesn't know I know this, so I'll give you one thing that you can tease him with. How about that? And he smiles deviously.
Raises an eyebrow, but is not arguing to this information being presented before him.
Lore leans in conspiratorially. Does Tome follow suit?
Yes, he's the toon. Of course he follows suit.
Lore's like, well, a little while ago I met a little robot friend, and they catalog everybody under a certain name. For whatever reason, they have Azumi under Azumidare.
Tome pauses and he taps his finger. I've heard of this robot porridge, correct?
Yep.
Another person I keep hearing about that I should meet.
They're great, but just be aware that they are a little skittish, and they don't always understand. So just be patient, okay?
Tome nods. Understandable.
Yeah, and if the personality flips, that's normal.
Okay.
They're going through some sort of glitchy thing. He shrugs.
I will remember that.
Lore says that, looking worried. They helped me find, yeah. He just stops, because he said he wouldn't tell people that. He said he wouldn't tell people where Camille lived. I laugh because Lore still has a key to Camille's apartment. Freaking Fletch in the gallery.
I know. Who asked the last question again?
I think technically Tome did, because he asked what Lore wanted to tell him.
He kind of gives a motion, Lore. Your turn then.
Oh, okay. Lore thinks, and he's like, what do you think is taking the cinnamon rolls forever?
Plot. Very much plot, definitely.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
On that. He doesn't, there's no even hesitation on that. It's, we were having a conversation. So, uh, very much it's the fact that we are stuck in conversation, and it seems that we are both either experiencing development of some sort, or we're bringing up subjects which we are important to us.
Lore,
And
Lore chin hands and looks at you and blinks, like, fondly.
sorry,
Oh, no,
sorry about that.
no, no, he's just like, or we're just supposed to meet.
I don't meet people, so
Hmm.
I don't see
For
it
somebody
being
who
that.
doesn't meet people, you sure know a lot of people I do.
It's it's part of the job, but nothing more.
Hmm.
No,
Like how Azumi and Camille are co-workers?
are they not?
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
I mean,
Lore just head desks.
I. Are you sure? I mean,
Mm.
maybe they could be friends, but I don't see why Camille would put up with Azumi.
Okay, okay. Lore takes Tome's hand in his very seriously and says, "For a detective, you are blind."
A lot of people tell me that, and
Yes.
he does
I look
kind
at.
of flinch at that.
Mm-hmm. Lore looks more intently at Tome and leans forward. He's like, "I have been to Camille's place. Azumi gets him groceries."
So they're friends.
I would call them in denial about being family.
Either of them are capable of family?
They're both idiots who know this.
No, no. I mean, Camille. Okay, Camille. It makes sense. It's Camille. Who
No,
wouldn't want
no,
to be
okay. Did
But
you do you know where
Izumi,
Camille is right now?
standards. He's tone
Cuz
stiffens and
I
he does
do. Do you?
flex. I know where he is.
Cool. I think you noticed a certain throw rug on the chair.
I I know exactly who else is there. It's how we met.
Yeah.
And
He
there is a
hasn't
single.
left for weeks. That's not what coworkers do.
It's
He hasn't gone home. He hasn't left that room.
hmm.
He will not leave Camille.
I'm glad that Azumi has a heart then.
He is in denial of it, but he sure does, and so does Camille.
No, Camille, of course, Camille has a heart. Have you seen him? He's a precious child.
Mm. Lore looks at you dubiously. He's precious, but you know he's a little shit.
Oh. There's a snort and he goes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And Lore lets go of Tome's hand, which he has been holding this whole time.
I will say Tom actually did yank his hand back earlier.
Yeah, Lore lets it go. Sorry about that. I should have asked. I will just emphasize the fact that, yes, I know Azumi can be an asshole, but he's... if we're talking about the plot, he's the trope of the asshole with hopefully a heart of gold later.
Yeah.
Just like you're probably the trope of the person who... Well, I shouldn't say. I'm sorry. That was too much.
The player am too curious for Tome not to be curious. Tome raises an eyebrow. What trope would I be?
Lore laughs. He's like, well, I hope you're the trope that gets a better ending than they think they do.
Tome looks away.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want to say it.
We all hope it.
Mm-hmm. But you seem especially hesitant.
There's a pause as he thinks over his words. I'm well aware of which characters end up with their stories interlinked and which are better off with their plot being singular.
Nobody's plot is singular. Name one person whose plot is singular. In any story.
There's a pause. Let me rephrase then. There are those whose stories end best when they do not form close bonds along the way.
Hmm. Well, this is Unquil. Just like you said, you never know what's gonna happen.
I know what should happen.
Well, I hope whatever you think should happen happens in a better way.
Tone takes another sip of his coffee and looks away.
Lore seems to catch himself, realizing he's falling into habits, and he's like, shit, sorry.
Don't apologize.
No, this is something I'm working on.
I understand, and I've picked up on that. However,
I gave Camilla crisis the first time we met. I just, ugh.
You what?
Lore goes,
Wait, the kid... You got the kid to talk?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's very obviously that he's not very good at lying.
No, you're not.
I know I'm not good at lying. Yes, he told me stuff, but I shouldn't say.
There's a pause.
Promised.
Tom kind of looks away for a moment. And you can insight that.
Mm-hmm. That's a 17, finally.
You look sad at that.
He what?
He looks sad at that.
Oh, that he shouldn't say?
No, that... Honestly, that Camille told Lore something. Knowing that Camille opened up to someone. And it... Tome knows very well that Camille doesn't trust him right now.
Hmm.
There's a pause.
Lore says, I do want to emphasize the fact that this seems to be my plot, getting people to talk. And he gestures at the two of them.
Tome laughs. A dangerous plot with some people. That would not be the worst. He lets out a sigh. Let me just ask. Is he safe?
Lore...
Outside of the hospital.
Lore looks like he's trying... Not like he's trying to lie, but how to talk around his promise. So you know that he's gonna try to tell you something. And so you listen closely to how he phrases this. And he says, make sure you know where he is. That's all I can say.
That is the worst thing you can say to Tome right now. Oh my gosh. Tome has a very specific history with this kind of stuff. Oh no.
Don't tell him. No, look at me, Tome. He will be fine for, I believe, a while. I don't know the specifics. I cannot say what he told me. I promised, and I don't break my promises, not lightly. So I just need you to be his friend, because he needs to be reminded he has them.
There's a pause. I can't be that.
Shut up. You eat cinnamon rolls with him.
It's a co-worker thing.
You see... Oh, shit.
I've recently met...
No, I'm realizing that I need to roll a quick...
Yeah, no, Tome's
phew. Okay, no. Lore's okay. Lore seems to look like he starts to get a look on his face, and then he catches himself, and he takes a deep breath, and he sits back in his chair, and he's like, Shit. Okay, look, with Camille specifically, just remember to just keep doing what you're doing, essentially. And I know you hate this, but try to be friends with Azumi.
Really perfect timing for the Azumi player to be in the comments.
Dad's gonna tell on me. And Laura goes on. Laura goes on to elaborate really quick. He's like, I look, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, they are more than co-workers. And if you want to get close to Camille, you're a detective.
I don't.
Get over your shit and try to be friends or co-workers with Azumi, because that's the only way that you're going to be included in Camille's plot.
Don't.
I am worried about him, Tome.
There's a cause.
I know there is a cause.
Bites his cheek.
They probably know something about you that you are not comfortable with. And you, despite yourself, probably don't want to get them hurt, right? That's every detective's plot.
Man, you hit him right. Tome looks at... You know what? Tome actually looks at him and goes, you say that, and you are right.
Also, I will say this with your insight. You know that Lore's speaking from experience somehow.
Tome... I don't know if he's in the mental state to pick up on it a lot.
It's very obvious. Lore's not trying to hide it.
Tome is going to tie up his ends, and then he will investigate very quickly. Tome bites his cheek. I understand that you think that... Listen, I want the kid safe. I want the kid fine. I don't care about the kid, and I'm not going to be his friend. It is best for everyone involved that it stays that way, and I am very certain Camille feels the same way.
Well, Lore stands up, and you are reminded of how tall this young man is. And he looks at you in a way that you can tell he's not trying to intimidate you, but he's saying something very serious. And I can't keep him from doing this. It's complicated.
Let the muse take over.
Huh?
Let the muse take over. Just let the muse take over.
Oh man, the things I could tell you. Okay, I look at magic. Shh. Anyway, where's my train of thought going? Roll a religion or a whiz save.
A what or what?
A religion or a whiz.
What do you have on those? Yeah, okay, one of those is 0, so we're gonna go to the whiz. Is it save or check?
Save.
Okay, that gets one proficiency. That's a nat 1.
You remember what Lore said about his eyes, and he's staring a little too intently, and you know that you're not afraid of Lore, but you feel fear. And you also feel a very, 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 very intense force of pure neutrality. It's not bad, it's not good, it's not evil.
Of what?
Neutrality. It's just a neutral force. It's not bad and it's not good. And Lore looks very seriously at you, and he says, you don't have to be his friend. You don't have to be anything to him. But you said you want to help people, so help him.
I need you to know you just made Tome scared. And Tome has a very specific response to that.
And you get the feeling Lore's vibe is completely different, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, Tome's picking up on that.
His eyes are actually even brighter.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Tome has curled up a bit, and he's covering his ears, and he's not making eye contact with you anymore as he listens.
Lore sighs, and... Can you even hear me right now? And he blinks, and that fear is gone.
I don't know if Tome can hear you right now. There's a pause as after the fear is gone. Tome blinks, and his hands curl around the bottom of his jacket, and he stares down. I can hear you.
You don't have to be a hero to help someone.
Don't want to be a hero.
I just said you don't have to be. Do what you will, but you obviously care about Camille in some capacity. I know I didn't want to... You said that cinnamon rolls reminded you of your mentor and that they brought good memories. One of the first things you did was share them with Camille, right? You visited him in the hospital. Yes, you're a co-worker, but that doesn't mean you can't be a pleasant co-worker. It doesn't mean that you don't care. People care about co-workers. It doesn't mean it has to be more than that. But stop lying to yourself that you don't care about the kid, because it's just going to end up hurting you more when something happens.
There's a very, very long pause between things. He debates on speaking for a moment, or he does. I would much rather I convince the kid and everyone else that I don't care about him and that I stay far away from him. And I would much rather be miserable the entire time.
Sorry, you're getting, there's background noise.
Shit.
If you could wait just a
Give me
sec.
a second.
I do wiggles at the gallery. I look at you, Magic. You were called out because you know shit. So does Fletch. I look at you. Shh. I love Magic. Did you forget you knew this? Way to be on brand. You're good. I also forget I know things. Well, it depends on the day. I roll a new D10 every day. I hand you my son. Why Grant? Oh, yeah, because I guess you're my dad, and if he's my son, then yeah. Welcome to being a grandpa. Fletch is now a grandpa. They are old. I can't believe you're so old, Fletch. A grandfather already. Do you have little glasses? Or are they Coke bottle? The ripe old age of... Wait, did you forget your age?
Okay, I should be good.
Okay.
That's better.
Yeah, so, sorry, I look away from the gallery. So basically Lore was saying shit. Do you need a recap?
Give me like just 5 seconds to go back over my brain because he had a very good monologue.
And I rub my hands together.
There's a pause before he takes a breath. What was the last? Okay, I do have to ask. What was the last thing you said? It was something about the last thing you said.
It was something about shit. Hey, gallery, do you remember the last thing I said? I wait and I look at Fletch. Never mind. Okay. Laura said something along the lines of / you started to say something along the lines. It's better if people don't know I'm close to them or don't think I'm close to them.
I can work with that. I can work with that. Tome takes in a deep breath. I understand what you're trying to say. And I know that you think that this is all about just not accepting don't care. The thing is we will all be better off. And I cannot help Camille more than by convincing him and everyone else, and even myself, that I don't care about him. And it doesn't matter how much it hurts me. Because even if it hurts me now, it will be worth it every second to know that he is safer because of that. Because as long as he is not important to me, I am not a danger to him. And I will very much take every second of knowing that I will never be close to him. Because as long as I'm not close to him, I get to see him grow up. I get to see him become a great detective. And I get to see him be happy.
Lore holds up a hand and stops you there. What part of what I said do you not understand? You won't see shit if you don't listen to me.
They are locked in gazes right now.
You don't have. Fine, cut off all your feelings. I don't care anymore. Just watch him, okay? Just like you would with anybody else you don't have a personal connection to. You said that you like to help people. Okay? I am serious.
Fine.
Okay. Because this... shit. I promised I wouldn't... Just...
Don't break a toon promise.
I won't. It wasn't a pinky promise. But I still don't want to break
Still
a promise.
Still a promise. Toon promises have power.
Promises do have power.
Pinky promises are fake. Can be dangerous.
I found that out.
But promises in general are still powerful here in the world.
I don't like breaking promises. And Lore says that very seriously. And as he's calmed down a little bit, you feel that neutrality linger. But that look in Lore's eyes starts to return to what you have been more familiar with. And he takes a deep breath and he says, Shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Tome just gives a wave with his hand. I think questions are done for now.
Yeah, they are. I'm sorry. I didn't... This is what I was trying to avoid. I'm sorry.
You would be a good detective.
And Lore sits back down. Sorry, what did you say?
You would make a good detective.
Lore laughs actually really loudly at that. He kind of...
You should consider it sometime.
I don't think one of my folks would like that.
That is fair.
There's a reason I know a little bit about detectives. One of my parents is one. Well, used to be.
Tome gives a nod at that. It's not a bad job.
It can be. It depends on what you investigate. And Lore...
Tome bites his cheek very harshly.
Lore says that, looking down, and then looks back up at you and says, yeah, it depends on what you investigate.
You want to insight that?
He already knows he's hitting a... Look, Lore and his brain are like all detectives are the same. There is a rule book of statements you can say that will hit a nerve. That's a nat 1. But Lore knows this. His hobby's a detective.
Is completely unresponsive. He looks so normal. With a nat 1, he doesn't even look stone-faced anymore. That's just Tome right there, isn't it?
Lore sighs. You're gonna do something by yourself, aren't you?
Wow, did you just hit a really big nerve there? I'm gonna make a whiz save on that one even. You get advantage on that insight. Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
I
nat 20.
I look at all the fucking detectives in AI server.
Yeah, yeah, it's a running trend at this point, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. Lore ain't stupid.
Mhm. But Tome is way too good about lying about this.
Yeah, he is. But good luck convincing an
Tome
idiot otherwise.
looks at him and he doesn't even hesitate. And with a very genuine smile, I would never.
Bullshit. You said you had no friends. Or, you know.
Tome smile falters. Fine.
It's kind of hard to do
He takes a
something.
sip of his coffee and it's slowly starting to run out.
Guess the conversation's about to end, right? Lore stands
It
up.
seems the plot has decided that our
Mm-hmm.
conversation
Lore has stand
has
up
reached dangerous
and
terms.
Lore has stood up and is standing at the end of the booth and looks back. And he seems to consider something, because the last time he said this, it caused him to make an enemy and not a friend. And he looks at Tome, and the corner of his mouth twitches into like trying to do a smile, but it's more of like, does he dare do this to this poor man? And he says, whatever your plot is, I'm sorry that you have a friend. And he walks off to stand by the counter, and there's his cinnamon rolls, and he grabs them, and he walks off.
That hit a really bad nerve on Tome. Oh, that hit a really bad nerve on Tome. To verify what, as a player, you said, whatever your plot is, I'm sorry you have a friend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Tome
Heavily
does not hesitate.
implied that Lore was that friend.
Mm-hmm. No, Tome picked up on it. God, you already used his curse word of the day, too! Tome puts a hand over his mouth, shakily. Because I feel like we're in epilogue time now.
Yes, we are.
Puts a hand over his mouth shakily and takes a really deep breath as he tries to gather himself before he steals his face and he goes and he grabs the cinnamon rolls and he shoves them in his hammer space and he is out of there as fast as he can. And he goes as fast as he can. He walks, he walks, and he walks, and he walks until he feels like he's going in circles until finally he gets back to the inn he's at and he heads to his room and he closes the door and he just sinks to the ground, head and on knees, and lets out the most tired sigh. God, I need to get cases somewhere else.
Can I hand Tome a thought?
Sure.
Lore said that apparently he's really good at giving people crises.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess what Tome's having right now? Fun.
Yep. And I'll give you Lore's side of things for once. Lore walks off and realizes very quickly he doesn't know where he is. And he doesn't remember exiting the cafe. And he looks around and bites his lip. That's it.
Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Alright. Cool, fun. Us in the beginning. This will be all fluff. All shenanigans.
I don't
no
know.
angst.
I just.
It's
Maybe.
fine.
Yeah, it's.
This is what happens when you tell us that we have a time limit. I'm messing with the calorie. I'm messing with the calorie. Anyways, thank you, viewers, for listening. Tome is having a time now because Tome, for the first time, I just realized, admitted he may actually care about Camille.
Yep.
That is the first time he's ever actually admitted it out loud.
Yep. I also, I look at Fletch. He never said the exact words.
He never did. Tome is definitely thinking about this a lot. Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you, our lovely viewers, for joining us.
Yeah.
We hope you have a wonderful time zone wherever you are. And bye-bye.
Bye.